awareness there?
So I think there's urgency and awareness all around the country. This is the worst, in a way, the bellwether for the rest of the country. But cyanobacteria has been detected in all 50 states of the United States and around the world. My own dog almost died in Lake Superior this summer from swimming in water that had algae in it. I had no idea it could be up there. So people are getting worried when they read that sort of thing. And then there are just so many impacts of climate change everywhere. There's no way we can escape it, really. We're having so many storms in Asheville. We had 85 inches of rain, and that caused the coal ash. There's coal ash outside the power plant near there, and that leaches into rivers. Sewage still backs up. There are problems everywhere. So, because actually water, that is one thing that's so important, and why I went to Bangladesh and Antarctica. It's a global system, just like air is a global system. So it really travels everywhere. And then water also goes back into the air before it comes back down. So really every part of the world is impacted. It's just some areas are worse. And one of the hardest hit, I think, are poorer people, because a lot of people have to subsistence fish. A lot of Superfund sites and the worst problems are put in their backyards. So there's a human rights issue. A lot of poor countries are really being impacted by climate change, even worse than we are. So there's so many issues on so many fronts, and we're just beginning to see the first part of it. But I made a vow 10 years ago, I will not live in fear, because I do think this is the biggest issue we're facing. But I was very inspired by, I don't know if you ever saw the Nile Project. And Maklit Hadero, a great singer from San Francisco, and Mina Gurgis, an Egyptian ethnomusicologist, came together and decided they wanted to find common solutions in a troubled area of the Nile Basin. And they're going to run out of water, and they realized we're going to kill each other, because it's either over water or the uses of water or anything that these things will happen. And they got a grant to bring musicians from 7 of the 11 countries together for a year to learn each other's traditions and learn about each other. And then they take that around the United States to different places. I've seen them in North Carolina and the University of Florida. They were at Lincoln Center. And when they come, they'll do projects with local water keepers to help people raise their awareness. So that really inspired me when I did this book to work all across the state of Florida, because I think many times people focus on their backyards or the water body right next to them, but not all the other water bodies, and it's all connected. Our water issues start from outside of Florida. Water is taken from states outside of Florida, so it's a huge connected issue.